Retro racing reports from Gardena Stadium, also known as Western Speedway, for a little while there anyway, out of Gardena, California. It's a 100-lap national championship midget race. And if it's a national championship, you know J.C. Agajanian's involved. Great promoter that he was. And on the cover, we have Johnny Parsons and Billy Vukovich. One of the interesting things about Mr. Parsons is his name is spelled Johnnnie. But a lot of times, in a lot of books, and even many programs I have, they've got Johnnny. Well, that kind of leads you to wonder, which direction is it really? Well, happen to have a couple autographs, and he spells his own name with an I-E. So there you go. Be sure to like, subscribe, put your comments down below. It's an old program from 1955. There are two articles inside. One of them speaks of Billy Vukovich, and the other one speaks of Ray Crawford. So let's go with Ray Crawford. Bobbing Around by Bob Hunter of the Los Angeles Examiner. Scene 1. A perfectly groomed, sartorially splendid gent by the name of Ray Crawford sits in a big, well-upholstered office dealing with the problems of one of the world's largest markets. Crawford's 5 Point Markets in El Monte is one of the 10 markets in the world, and Ray could well be on the phone placing an order for thousands of dollars of canned goods. Scene 2. It's a couple hours later. The perfectly dressed Crawford has now donned a pair of racing coveralls. He has a wrench in hand and is covered with grease. He's been working with his midget race car. Well, you wouldn't expect a fellow who is vice president and general manager and heir to a $20 million a year grocery business to be risking his future in such a hazardous business as midget racing. Or, worse still, in the world's most dangerous auto race, the Mexican road race. But Crawford won that torturous grind, so chances are nothing will discourage him now. Ray currently is readying himself to compete in J.C. Agajanian's National Championship Midget Auto Race Sunday afternoon at Gardena Stadium. He's well regarded in the field, which includes the top man in the speed dodge, Bill Vukovich, and the great Johnny Parsons. Ray has only recently returned from the Sebring International Sports Car Races in Florida. There, he performed another amazing feat, driving the entire 12 hours of the event without relief to win the Class B division. As soon as Ray finishes the local midget race season, he goes to work full-time, readying his big car for a crack at the Indianapolis 500. The gent will be a rookie, but a well-regarded one, on the Indiana Bricks on Memorial Day. Frankly, the problem of a guy with so much to look forward to, battling it out on any raceway baffled us. So we asked Ray point blank, why do you do it? Lots of people have asked the same question, he fired back. Even Sam Hanks, to whom I owe a great big assist for whatever racing success I may have experienced. Frequently, he's my biggest opposition as to continue racing. But actually, economic advantage is not everything. It simply gives you freedom to do something you want. Well, Crawford said he might explain it this way. In business, you may talk all day for an order without knowing the results. But in racing, the result is right now. Perhaps I'm fundamentally more a race driver as to temperament than a grocery man. But racing is an individual accomplishment, whereas success in business is something to do over the long haul. Well, Crawford divides his time between supervising the chain of markets that bears his family name and driving race cars. He's on the board of directors of such widely divergent organizations as the Food Employers Council and the American Automobile Association, or AAA. However, racing is more than a hobby with him. His win in the Mexican road race didn't come easy. Ray spent 14,000 miles in practice drills on the road before the actual grind got underway. There wasn't a turn or hill or rock on that route that Crawford and his co-pilot, Enrique Iglesias, didn't know. That's why they were able to roll through London thick fog at 115 miles an hour in one stretch of the race. Well, Crawford is looking forward with boyish enthusiasm to Sunday's Midget Auto Race. Ray says the driver has to be sharper to drive midgets because the action is always tight and confined to a very limited area. And driving midgets is more difficult. There's more action and skill to them. Crawford will be driving his own car on Sunday at Indianapolis. I had to buy my own car, he says. No one would give me a ride in his, he said with a straight face. There you go. That's the story by Bob Hunter about driver Ray Crawford. Ray Crawford lived a long and prosperous life. And there you go. Retro Racing Reports from March 1955. Like, subscribe, put your comments below.